Irony. Irony is a literary and rhetorical device in which an apparent meaning is contrasted with deeply contradictory underlying meaning. The discrepancy between what is expected to happen and what actually occurs can be used to create humor, suspense, or deeper thematic meaning. There are 5 examples of irony. Situational irony. Situational irony. An event occurs that is the opposite of what is expected. A fire station burning down. An ambulance races to an accident and hits the person it was meant to help. In a O. Henry story, The Gift of Maggie, a watch sells her long beautiful hair to buy her husband and watch chain. And the husband sells his watch to buy his decorative combs. Verbal irony. Verbal irony. Someone says one thing but means the opposite. It is often a form of sarcasm. During a thunderstorm, someone says, "Lovely weather we're having." After a long frustrating task, say you, "Well, that was a piece of cake." Dramatic irony. Dramatic irony. The audience knows something important that a character in a story or film does not. In a horror movie, the audience knows the killer is in the closet, but the character opened the door anyway. In Romeo and Juliet, the audience knows Juliet is only sleeping, but Romeo, thinking she is asleep, kills himself.
Motif. A motif is recurring element with symbolic meaning and artist work such as piece of literature, music, or visual art. Unlike broad theme, a motif is a specific, concrete element like an image, sound, object, or a phrase that is repeated to help reinforce the work's central message or idea.
Example of motif. Literary motif examples. The green light in The Great Gatsby, this light visible from across the back, is a constant reminder of Jay Gatsby's unstable dream of reuniting with his lost love, Daisy Bucachat. The mockingbird. In To Kill a Mockingbird, the act of harming a mockingbird is a repeatedly referenced as a sin. This establishes the mockingbird as a symbol of innocence, reinforcing the theme of protecting the vulnerable. Weather is sense and sensibility. Changes in the weather often mirror with characters' emotional states. Rain and storms accompany Marianne's romantic turmoil, while clear weather accompanies moments of calm and clear-headedness. The praise "So It Goes" in The Slaughterhouse-Five. Author Kurt Vonnegut repeats this phrase after every mention of it. It reinforces the theme of the inevitability of death and serves as a fatalistic coping mechanism for a narrator. Visual and musical motif examples. The music in Star Wars. The short, recognizable melody known as the Imperial March plays whenever the character Darth Vader appears. This musical motif signals his presence, creating a feeling of danger and menace. Stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness is a narrative technique that mimics the non-stop, unfiltered flow of a character's truth, feelings, memories, and sensory perceptions. In literature, this style is designed to place the reader directly inside the character's mind, revealing their inner life in a way that often disregards conventional narrative structure. Example. An example of a stream of consciousness is a rapid, unfiltered succession
expression of a character's truth, feelings, and sensory inputs. It often disregards standard grammar and punctuation to better mimic the natural chaotic of the mind. Short example: the kettle's whistling, high-pitched purrsing reminds me of Mrs. Gable's opera wriggles. God, her hair always smelled of mothballs. Why am I thinking about her? Need to turn it off. The kettle almost burned myself last time. What was that smell? Smoke. No toast. Forgot the toast. The clock's ticking so loud. The day's already gone and I've done nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just noise now. Key characters in this example: association lips. The narrator's mind jumps from the sound of the kettle to a memory of a neighbor, then to toast, and family to existential anxiety about the day. Unusual syntax. Phrases and fragments of thought are strung together without traditional sentence structure or punctuation. Internal monologue. The entire passage is the character's internal, unfiltered voice, allowing the reader direct access to their mind. Focus on sensory details. The description centers on the sound of the kettle, the smell of toast, and the ticking of the clock, capturing the character's immediate, unfiltered perceptions.
Organic unity. Organic unity is a principle that a work's component parts are interconnected and interdependent, functioning together like a living organism to create a harmonious and meaningful whole. Nothing in the works is superfluous. Every element contributes to the overall effect and meaning. Example. An example of organic unity is a story where every element from the characters and setting to the plot and then service to reinforce the central message. If any parts were removed, the overall meaning would be less clear and completely lost. Example: Little Red Cup by Carol Ann Duffy. In a Carol Ann Duffy's modern poetic retelling of the Little Hood, an organic unity is found in the collective poetic form brought together. Plot. The classic fairy tale plot is subverted as the Red Cup narrator willingly enters the wolf's world. She is not a named victim but an aimed prey. Character. The wolf is a mature man and predator, but he's also a fellow prey who introduces her to a creative albeit dangerous world.
Theme. The poem explores the themes of sexual awakening, the loss of innocence, and the role of the male figure in a female writer's artistic development. The final lines show Red Cap, now an independent poet emerging from the experienced racer that unable to tell her own story. Organic unity. All of these elements, the revised plot, the complex characterization, and the dark coming of age them, are interconnected. The narrative of her encounter with Wolf is a metaphor for her creative coming of age. The story of wouldn't have the same emotional or thematic impact if the wolf were merely a monster or if the protagonist didn't have artistic aspirations.